Hello all, welcome to this session. In this session, I am going to explain and practically demonstrate how to implement inheritance using extends keyword in Java. So let's get started. In the previous session, I explained what exactly is inheritance in a theoretical manner, right? But in this session, I am going to demonstrate the inheritance concept in a practical way. That means we are going to implement the inheritance concept using this extends keyword. That is, by using this extends keyword as part of the inheritance, I am going to create child and parent classes as part of implementing the inheritance in this session. So without any delay, let me switch to this Eclipse IDE where I am going to demonstrate the same. For that, I'll just create a new package, guys. Let me name this package as some different package D, let's say. You can give any name. I'm just giving some random name. And under this package, I'm going to create a class. So here, let me give the class name as class P. Let's say class P and finish. Some random class I'm creating as class P. You can remove this public keyword if you want, not a problem. Now here we have class P, this is one class. And in parallel, I would like to create one more class. Inside the same Java file or in a different Java file, you can create multiple classes. But for me to explain inheritance concept in a easy manner, I can create multiple classes inside the same Java file. I'll choose to create the multiple classes inside the same Java file. Here already I created the class P. Now I'm going to create one more class, let's say class C. Okay. Here I created two classes. One is class P, other one is class C. Now inside this class P, I'll create some properties. Inside this class P, I'll create some properties, guys. Let's say int P is equal to some 5 I'm creating. And okay, that one property is enough, right? That's okay. Let me create one more property which is in the form of method here. That is public void method P. Okay, method P. Here I'll simply write a sample print statement saying method P inside method P. Inside method P, method. Anyhow, this itself is saying that this is a method, so I don't have to write explicitly. So inside this class P, I created some properties. That is one variable I created, some one method I created. Similarly, in the class C also, I'll create some sample variable and sample method as part of creating the properties inside the class C. How to create int C is equal to some 10 I'll say. And here I'll create a method also. Just sample, guys. I can create any number of variables and methods as properties inside the class B. I can create any number of variables and methods inside the class C also. But here, for sample, I'm creating only one variable, one method, just for example. Okay, method C, and here system.out.println inside method cl, right? Okay. Now we have two classes. Is there any relationship between these two classes at this point of time? In this Java file, there are two classes. One is class P containing some properties. Another one is class C containing some properties. Is there any relation between this class P and class C at this point of time? The answer is there is no relation. At this moment, there is no relation. Just these two classes are independent classes which are created inside the Java file, single Java file. Okay. Now, how to create a relationship here between this class C and class P, where I want to make this class C a child class of the class P, or I want to make the class P a parent of this class C, whatever that is. Okay. So how to make this particular class as a child class of this class P, or how to make this particular class as a parent of this? For that, both questions, same answer, guys. That is, whatever the class that you want to make the child class, beside that class, you write the keyword known as extends keyword. Okay, that is a session, right? Implementing inheritance using which keyword? Extends keyword. So I'm writing the extends keyword. Extends is one of the predefined keywords in Java, guys. And whatever the class that you want to make the child class, beside that class, you write the extends keyword. After that class, after that, you write the parent class. Okay. To this class C, which class need to become the parent of this class C, or which class C is anyhow the child class, because you are writing the extends keyword after this particular class means child, this class is going to become child class of some class. But which class we need to make the parent of this class C, that class we have to write after the extends keyword. Before the extends keyword, child class name. After the extends keyword, parent of this child class. Which class is going to become? I would like to take the class P only here. Okay, the moment I say class P here, you see, now class P has become the parent of the class C, and class C has become the child of the class P. Now there is a relationship between these two classes. Earlier, class P and class C were independent. But now class C, the moment I add the extends keyword and the name of the parent class here after the class C, now class C has officially has become the child of the class P and class P has officially become the parent of the class C. What is the benefit of making this class C a child of this class P? Child class will inherit the properties from the parent class. That is, child class will acquire the properties from the parent class. Now, at this point of time, how many properties that the child class C has at this point of time? Two, right? Right? This class C has two properties visually. But since we are saying class C extends class P, now class P has become the parent of the class C. Class C is going to acquire or inherit the properties from the class P because class P is the parent of the class C. Now, class C not only visually it may look like class C contains only one variable and one method. Actually, in reality, class C contains two variables and two methods. These are its own variables and methods of class C. This C and method C are its own properties of the class C. Whereas P and method P are inherited by the class C from the class P. This is what is happening. How can I prove that class C is really inheriting these properties from the parent class P? For that, there is a way, guys. What is the way? Here, I'm going to create another class. I'll name this class as demo class. With main method, I'll create. I'll just drag it this side, minimize this part. Now, guys, here inside this main method, okay, inside this main method, I want to create an object for the class C. I just want to create the object for the child class. How to create? Class C, CC is equal to new class C. Like this, I am going to create an object for the child class. Now, using this object reference, I would like to access the properties of the class C. Which properties do you think will come when I try to access this CC? Here I'll write system.out.println. When I say CC dot, using the object reference of the object of the class C, if I try to access some properties of the class C, which properties will come? You may think that only C and method C will come, but along with the C and method C, you'll also get P and method P also. Just see here, C dot, CP, both are coming. You see, P is coming, C is coming. You may think that only C will come, but here P is also coming because this property, this variable property is belong to the parent of this class C. So this P will be inherited automatically into the child class. That's why using the object reference of the child class, we can access the properties inherited from the parent class also. That is P we can access. Not only C, but we can also access P. Now system.out.println cc dot yes cc dot cc dot c, right? The variable name is okay. This property is child class its own property, whereas P is the parent class property which is inherited into the child class. What is the proof that the child class is inheriting the properties from the parent class along with its own properties? How the child class is inheriting the properties from the parent class? To prove that, I created this object, and using the object reference, I'm trying to access. If you are able to access it itself, it means that we are able to, okay, this child class is actually inheriting the properties. Along with these properties, child class is inheriting these properties from the parent class. Now I can call this methods also. CC dot method P. You see, two methods are coming. The method from the parent class is coming. The method from its own class is also coming. You see, the method P is also inherited into the child class. Using the object reference of the child class, if I'm able to access the parent class means, that means inheritance is going on here. CC dot method C. You see, I can access both the variables and methods of the parent class into the child class. This is a proof. When you create the object for the child class and using the object reference, if you try to access the properties, not only the properties of the child class or its own class will be accessed, but also the properties which are inherited by the child class from the parent class also will get accessed here. Run this code, you'll get the output. So let me drag this output here so that you can see it properly. So you see first 5 got printed, that is a parent property which is inherited into the child class, and using the object reference of child class, we are able to access a parent class property. Okay, this is what is a proof that child class is acquiring the properties of the parent class, right? So all the 4 properties we are able to access: parent class properties, child class its own properties, and parent class inherited properties into the child class. Inside method P, inside method C is also coming. Inside method P, inside method C, 5, 10, everything is coming, right? Now, what if I create the object for the class P? How many properties I can access? How many properties I can access? Let's see. If I, when this class C is a child class of the class P, where class P is a parent of the class C, and I try to create the object for the class P, CP is equal to new class P. How many properties I can access using this CP object reference of the parent class? Only 2 properties, guys. Okay. Here, child class is acquiring the properties from the parent class. Not parent class is not acquiring the properties from child class. Reverse is not possible. When I create the object for the child class, using the object reference of the child class, I can access the properties of its own class, and parent class properties also, inherited properties also I can access here. But when I directly create the object for the parent class, okay, I'll be able to access only the parent class its own properties. I cannot be access child class properties. That's not possible. System.out.println, you see, system.out.println, when I say cp dot, only p will come, c will not come, okay, because parent class cannot acquire the properties of the child class. Only child class will acquire the properties of the parent class, okay. That's what you need to understand. Cp dot, only one method will come, guys. Okay, you see, only method p is coming. Okay, parent class its own method is coming, right? Parent class its own method is coming. So using the parent class, I can only access parent class its own properties. What if I remove this extends CP? Extends parent class. If I remove the relationship between this child class and parent class, where I remove this extends keyword and this part, now these two classes are independent of each other. This class C is a independent class, class P is a independent class. There is no relation between these two classes. You see, immediately I'm going to get the error here. Okay, immediately I'm going to get the error here. I cannot access parent class properties using the object of the child class, because child class, this is no more a child class. This is no more a child class of the this parent class. Okay, they are independent classes. Since there is no relation between this class and this class, when you create the object for this class C, you can only access the properties of this class C only. It's no more a child class of this class. So that's the reason. Okay, the other class properties you are not able to access using the object reference of the other class. That is, class C can only access C and method C. You see, like it can only access C and method C. Whereas errors are coming and trying to access other class properties like P and method P. In method P and P, errors are coming. So again, if I make this particular class as a child class, extends class P, then the errors will be gone. Okay. So this is a proof of the inheritance, guys. This is how we need to implement the inheritance in Java using the extends keyword. And how did I prove that child class? This is a child class of this parent class, and this is a parent of this child class. By using this, by creating the objects and using the object reference, what I can access based on that, it's clearly proved in this particular session that class is a child class of the class P. Class P is a parent of the class C. And for making this happen, for creating the relationship between these two classes, okay, by making one of the class as a child class of another one as a parent, we have to use extends keyword. Okay, and in this format we have to use. Okay, so that's all for this session, guys. See you in the next session, where I'm going to cover other topics regarding inheritance and other things. So see you in the next session. Thank you. Bye bye.